So hello friends, our today's question is question number 258, which is add digits. Now let's read the question. So we are given integer num. Repeatedly we have to add all its digits until the result has only one digit and return it. So what we are given here, we are given the integer num. We have to repeatedly add its all digits until the answer is 1 and at the end return it. So what the question is saying, so let's take an example of 38. So the process is 38, which will be 3 plus 8, it will be 11, and after adding the digits of 11 we will get 2. So since 2 has only one digit, we have to return it. In a 0, it is 0, so it is only one digit, so it will return 0 only. And we have to just add the digits of all the digits of the num until the answer is only one digit. So how we will approach this, let's understand this. So if we have a number, let's say 45, so our algorithm should be like this. It would be calculating the sum of 4 plus 5, which is equal to 9, and we have here only one digit, so our answer would be here 9. Now let's take example of 2350. So what will our algorithm do here? So it will extracting the digits and add all. So here it would be 10. Now 10 is also two digit number, so it will again continue the algorithm and we will add these two numbers, which will be 1. So our answer at the last would be 1. So to approach this, first we will make a sum variable which would be initialized to 0, because we need to find sum. Now to check that if our number is greater than 10, we will run a outer loop while, because we don't know the number of iterations, so that's why we will use while loop. And inside that I would write like num should be greater than equals to 10, because we are checking for two digit numbers. Since we have to make algorithm for two digits numbers, we will check this condition. So if this condition is true, what will our code will do? So we have to calculate 3 plus 8, for example. So to check that, I have to do one thing. What that one thing is, so let's say our first thing, the sum variable should be in this loop, not outer side. So our sum variable would be inside this loop. So here would be the sum variable, which will be initialized to 0. And the second thing, inside this inner loop will run. What will it check? It will check that the number is greater than 0 or not. If it is greater than 0, so what we have to do is we have to extract those all the digits. So to extract those all digits, we have to check this condition. If the number is greater than 0, so we will increment the sum with the last digit. To extract the last digit, we have this method, you all know since my previous videos. So this is the method for extracting the last digit by remainder method. And after the last digit is extracted, what we will do, we will remove that particular last digit, so that last digit does not come again in the sum. So the last digit is removed here, and the extracting digits and incrementing it in the sum, it's done. Now here comes the main part. Since we have here num, since we know that after dividing all the digits at the last, we will be remaining with num with single integer, so we don't want again that integer. So to run outer loop once again, what we will do, we have to just write a one line here. It would be num equals to sum. Why this line is important? Because let's say our number is 234. So after this loop returns continues, sum would be like 4 plus 3 plus 2, and a num here would be extracting, removing the last digit from it. So to again continue this loop, let's say our 234 come here. So 234 is greater than 0, so its condition is true. Now it will come inside this, and the sum first would be 4, and num would be num. So 4 is since 4 is added to this, so num is divided by 10, so it would be 23. So last digit is removed, Now we need to check that num is 23 now. So again the loop will run and it would be 23 and sum would be 4 plus 3. So now num is 2 and now inside will again go to that. So it will be 4 plus 3 plus 2, which would be 9. And to now again run the outer loop, we need to initialize this. Since num now is a single digit, now we have to again initialize it to sum, since the outer loop runs once again and this loop continues until the answer is a single digit integer. So this line was important for that, and last we will return sum. Now let's do the code. First we need a while loop which will check that the number is greater than 10 or not, because we are checking for this only, we are making this algorithm for only 2-digit integers. Since we need to return unsigned 1 digits, if the input is 1 digit, we will just simply return it. And inside this we will make a sum variable, and again inner loop will check that if the number is greater than 0 or not. This is for the extracting of digits, and the sum would be incrementing like num percentage 10, and num will be dividing by 10 also to remove the last digit, and the main part is num should be equal to sum, since this num would be single digit here. So to again initialize it to sum and check again, run again this loop. So that's the reason we have written this line, and at last we will return sum. Just a second. Okay, now we will return sum here. Okay, now let's test this. It's saying okay, since we have declared sum inside this, we have to check that we have to return this inside the loop only. Now let's test this. Again it's saying something. We have to write here return sum. Now I guess it would work perfectly. So now let's test this and see the result. Again it is showing some error. Why it is showing undeclared? Okay, we have to return num, not sum, because we are initializing this num equals to sum. That was my mistake, sorry. Okay, as you can see, all the test cases are passed. Why we have to return num? Because sum is declared inside this block. So we have to return num because num is global, and we know that sum is inside this particular while block. So it is locally scoped, and this is global scope. So we will now submit and check the results. Okay, as you can see, all the test cases are passed. It is accepted also. Our runtime is 0 millisecond and beats are 100%. Memory used here is 8.7 MB and beats are 6.78%. So this was the solution of this question. Thank you.